Hi everyone, it's Mitch, and it is Saturday, December 22nd, 2018, here with your free live show. Of course, we're here live 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Of course, our best bet's always over at sportschatexperts.com, but over at sportschatplace.com, we have free picks on every single game, every single day. And of course, today's Saturday, and that means discount code day at sportschatexperts.com. And use the discount code BULB, B-U-L-B, and you'll get 15% off all of your purchases today at Sports Chat Experts. Of course, do free picks every single day on the show. We usually do at least 3 free picks. Some days we do more, some days we do less. Yesterday we did 3. But yeah, I know the YouTube guys, the trolls, they hammered me pretty good on my picks on the show. I think we're 2-1. We normally never look back, but give out FIU on the money line, and a guy named Corey Mack or Cody Mack or something like that. We don't know his name anymore because we banned him. But he called me an idiot for that pick. And of course, FIU won going away at plus 240 on the money line. Didn't like my Marquette pick over Buffalo either. Marquette won by about 100. Anyways, we do free picks on this show every single day. Of course, at Sports Chat Place, we have free picks on every single game. If you so choose, you can get our premium picks, our best bets. Certainly not mandatory, certainly not the only way you can win or anything like that. We don't say that stuff. That's for the other guys. But if you want them, we have them. And you can use the code BULB at checkout, get 15% off. My picks, any of the other handicappers' picks. I certainly don't win 100% of my picks, that's for sure. Whether premium or free, I don't. I wish I did, but I don't. I've been hot recently, but I'm only as good as today. Yep, there's always going to be idiots out there. The more people that join our show, the more likely it's going to happen. But just grateful for those of you that aren't. And, the show must go on. I've been dealing with it for over 10 years. So Cody is back. He thinks that I just always pick the White Sox and always pick against the Cubs, and that when you pick against the Cubs or bet for the White Sox, that it has something to do with anything but who I think is going to win, which is stupid. Doesn't even make any sense. Really one of the worst comments I think I've ever gotten. It just didn't even make any sense at all. And then couldn't handle it like a man and just say, you know what, I just won't watch a show or listen to his Cubs and White Sox picks. Goes running to my business partner, Craig Trapp, thinks that that's going to help that. It's all good. Anyways, all in the past. We do at least 3 free picks every single day. Yep, all the bowl games are premium picks today. Any ones that I don't give out on the show, they're all in the premium area. I give out 5 picks. I have a 5-pack over at Sports Chat Experts if you don't want to buy the premium. It's just 5 bowl picks. There's 4 games, so there's a pick in every single game. Sides, totals. It's $54. You can get 15% off using that discount code. So no reason to scream out games today because it's not how the show works on Saturdays. That's only on Free For All Fridays. No one could get the format right yesterday, so that's why we had to cut the show early. Brian Bittler back on the horse after nailing that BYU winner yesterday. I know that I was talking to Brian and he obviously didn't get the info on the Toledo FIU game until I gave it out on the show. But He was on BYU with me as well, and I was like, don't even worry about that one. They're going to win by 100. That first half, it was a little bit dicey, but man, you knew that there's only so long you can block guys that are, 3 times the size of you. I'm always upbeat. What you have to remember is when you see this show, this time of year, it's 6 o'clock in the morning for me. Most of the year, it's 5 o'clock in the morning for me. So if you think I'm not upbeat or whatever, that just means that it's way early here. Here's outside what it looks like. Pitch black. Let's see. Pitch black outside. So I don't seem upbeat. It has nothing to do with anything. It just means it's early. It's way early. Anyways, do at least 3 free picks on the show every single day. Let's see where we are time-wise. Yep, we're ready to roll. Let's get it all kicked off. Let's go to the NFL. Got 2 NFL games. I like this Saturday NFL. I know college football would never have it. Would never allow it. But, also the Parlay Profits video over at Picks and Parlays with Craig Trapp and myself. I think we've hit about 5 in a row on those. So hopefully we're on another one. But so this game between the Chargers and the Ravens, the late game. Both these teams, they need this. They need this one in the worst possible way. The Chargers have a chance to win the division, and with that division win would come home field advantage throughout the playoffs. If it's not home field throughout the playoffs, they're a wild card team, and it would take pretty much 3 road games unless the other wild card team won their opening game and won the second game, and it was the 2 wild card meeting in the AFC Championship game. Would be the only way that they would be able to host a playoff game with basically tied for the best record in the conference. Doesn't make a lot of sense, but that's the way the system works. So it is a massive game for the Chargers. Meanwhile, the Ravens, this is a team that's been playing very, very well. Top defense in the NFL. Lamar Jackson definitely adds another dimension to this offense. It's not the gun arm that we see from a lot of quarterbacks, but he can still throw the ball downfield, and of course, always a threat to run, but he seems to have everybody fired up. It's weird because it's like Lamar Jackson, it's like most teams have like a scat back type and kind of a Derrick Henry bull type, while the running backs, Dixon and Edwards on the Ravens are the bull types, while Lamar Jackson is the scat back, right? It's kind of like a different thing, but the scat back throws and it creates havoc. I think this is a good game. The total in this one is set at 42.5. I think this thing stays under. This is going to be a war, defensive war. There's so much at stake. This is a playoff game it's not a playoff game in earnest. It's not really like a playoff game. But this is a playoff game. I mean, this has playoff implications all over it. The Ravens could be out, of the playoffs looking in. The Chargers, like I said, they could win the division. The Chiefs play Seattle. The Steelers play the Saints. Both these teams, big obstacles, could lose, and the Ravens, that would put them, as shot to win the North. So once again, to host a playoff game as opposed to going, if the Ravens, at this point, if they're the wild card team, they're on the road the whole way no matter what. They're the last seed. But anyways, I like the under in this game. I think it's going to be a big. I think it's going to be a defensive war. I love defense. Anyways, that'll be our first pick for today's show. There is a ton of action today. I haven't even put my NBA picks in yet, and I'm gonna have at least one for the premium. I have so many picks in there. I don't even know. I don't like having that many premium picks, but it's because next week is kind of a dead week for college basketball, so everybody's playing today. As you guys know, at Sports Chat Experts, someone's always on fire. And thankfully, it's been me recently, so I will take it. But, yeah. So, what we're doing is we're going to let Clarence Davis see if he can have his own show, because that's what he wants. But he can't have it here, that's for sure. It's always one jackass. We have the Facebook group for people to give out their picks, but as we said at the beginning of the show, I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to do this show. So, you're going to have to respect that. I'm not saying that you have to respect me or that you have to do any of that stuff. I'm just saying I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to do this show. This is my show. You want your own show? By all means, I suggest you do it. If you want to do your own website, think that you can outpick our experts, I suggest you do it. But in the meantime, we have premium picks at Sports Chat Experts. We have free picks on every single game at Sports Chat Place. We provide a Facebook group for you guys to put your picks in, where we all discuss picks, including myself, including Brian, including a lot of our premium cappers, discuss picks with you guys all day long. We have free picks on every single game. But anyways, let's get to another free pick. And, some people say, oh, you're a jerk. People left such nasty comments about yesterday. All I asked was that, on Free For All Friday, that you guys format the games so that I can tell who's playing and what's the point spread. Because when you say, like, Memphis, ? I don't know what that means. Because there's Memphis, there's three Memphises. There's college basketball Memphis, college football Memphis, NBA Memphis. There's no, I don't know what point spread you're talking about. I don't know which game you're talking about. I don't know what opponent. So it's like, all I asked was for help, and then, I got hammered in the comments. So, anyways, you can see people already hammering me, and probably that Cody Mack, who's might be the biggest loser on the planet, because we know he went against my FIU pick yesterday. So he got, well, not going to say what he got, but we all know what he got, right? And he also didn't like my Marquette pick. He said I was an idiot. Anyways, let's go to college football. So I have premium picks on most of these games out there, and I have some premium picks on the totals too. But I think that this Troy-Buffalo game is an interesting one too, and I think Army-Houston, I think that I like the under in the Army-Houston game. The total's 58.5. Army likes to really, play possession football. Houston is like 3-play touchdown team. So this is really a big, big, big contrast. I mean, this isn't like, so under, we took under Army. I'm just writing down the pick so I can recap at the end, because there's always people that come up late and they say, I missed the pick. But anyways, I just don't think there's going to be a lot of possessions in this game. That's what Army did to Oklahoma, who runs a similar style to Houston, right? Except better. I just think that this game stays under the total. I think even if Houston scores quickly and scores touchdowns, I don't think if that's the case, I don't think Army will be able to keep up. If it's the other way, Army's going to have possessed the ball for a long time, and whether they get touchdowns or field goals, neither team is going to have that many possessions to score over 8 touchdowns to cover this, to go over this total. So I like the under in the Army-Houston game, and that'll be our second pick for today's show. So, the thing is that the public in general loves favorites and overs. If you go to like almost any, sports book and you find people that don't bet all the time, or that, think they're the best bettors or whatever, people that don't keep a record of their things, most of them, they love favorites and they love overs. So, when the books during college football bowl season, NFL playoffs, things of that nature, days like today, where it's just gigantic cards, they put the hammer down. The book's not just going to stand there and hand out Christmas money. I'll tell you that much. They know that most people got their holiday bonus, and they're there to take it from you. So just beware, be choosy, be selective, and especially if you're on overs and favorites, because that is a nasty place to be this time of year. As Brian Bitler usually calls that, square money. Anyways, let's go to the NBA. See what we got. I don't have any NBA premium picks up yet. I do have one that I know I'm going to be entering. I'll take, I see another one that I really like here too. Wow, I see a few that I really like. Wow, I see 3. All right, so good. I'm going to have at least 3 NBA picks, maybe 4. Wow, I see a lot here. Wow. I like the Rockets minus the 5 against the Spurs. We know about injuries. All that stuff is always taken into account into the lines. But the Spurs are on a back-to-back. We had the Spurs as a premium pick yesterday. I loved them. But just because we loved them yesterday doesn't mean we love them today. So I'm going to take the Rockets. I'm going to lay 5 points. The Spurs are on a back-to-back. That's basically where I'm at. And the one coach who was like basically invented that's on Fridays. You know, where we take picks from the audience. It's on Free for All Fridays. Saturdays, I have premium picks on that. I have a premium pick on that game. So you can get our premium picks at Sports Chat Experts. You can use the discount code BULB, get 15% off. But back to this game, you know, the Spurs are on a back-to-back, and Popovich was kind of like, you know, the whole back-to-back thing, resting players, all of that stuff. He was kind of the original guy, right? He was the original guy that said, you know what, I'm going to sit my whole starting 5 if this is the case. You know, and that's what he used to do, right? He doesn't do it as much anymore, but he certainly believes in resting players, and he certainly hates the back-to-back. And we'll take the Rockets. We'll lay the points. We understand the injuries. But anyways, we do at least 3 free picks every single day. That's 3. We'll do a college basketball, maybe a couple of them to round out the show. Of course, we have free picks on every single game, every single day at sportschatplace.com. Our best bets are over at sportschatexperts.com. We got some days with some light schedules coming up, and we'll figure that out when we get there. Normally what we do is we go out a little further to games, and that's probably what we'll do on these days with the light schedules. After the holidays, we just have light schedules. College basketball is not playing, and let's see what NBA schedule looks like for next week. It actually is not bad. So NBA looks like they're going to pick up the slack, even having 5 Thursday games, which is rare for them. And Friday, of course, the full card. So, yeah, NBA is going to pick up the slack. So we'll have plenty to talk about next week. But and there's always hockey. I don't love hockey. Everyone knows that. I'm pretty transparent about it. I'm from Miami originally. We didn't have hockey when I was growing up. If you're looking for a specific game, you can talk about it in our Facebook group, or you can check out, we have free picks on every single game, every single day at sportschatplace.com. Or, of course, we have our best bets are over at Sports Chat Experts. You can get the consensus report. You can see how many handicappers are on each side of that game. But let's get to college hoops. I have a lot of college hoops picks today. I got a bunch of them. And looks like a lot of them, the lines have changed since I put the picks in, which his work kind of both ways happens. But let's see. We got so many big point spreads out there. Some really big point spreads. So we got Murray State up against Auburn. Auburn's laying 14 in this one. I think what you have here is you have a big, tough team against a team that's, feisty and, will play hard. But I think that only gets you so far when you see these matchups. Usually what happens is in those games where you kind of have the smaller team, especially on the road like we have in this one with Auburn, with Murray State at Auburn, is they play tough and they play tough and but by the end of the game, they kind of get worn down. It's almost like that BYU Western Michigan football game yesterday. It's sort of the same thing where eventually there's just only so much you can do. I mean, occasionally the teams, they get hot and they beat them and, that all happens, but I don't see that happen here. I'm going to take Auburn. I'm going to lay the 14 points. That'll be my fourth pick for today's show. We'll go one extra bonus pick just for the hell of it. I'm going to go with Seton Hall plus the 7.5 against Maryland. And I'll also, I'll also take, we'll go with another one. So that one I sort of like. But I like BYU plus 2 versus San Diego State. So that one I like a little bit better. So we gave out 6 picks on today's show. Pretty solid. Anyways, of course, we're here 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Our best bets always over at sportschatexperts.com and sportschatplace.com, Premium Plus. We have free picks on every game. If you guys are looking for it, you can go to sportschatplace.com. If you want to talk about games, give out your picks. If you don't want to start your own YouTube channel or your own website to do that, which if you think that's what you want to do, then I highly recommend you do that. I did it 10 years ago, and I continue doing it. But I do a review at the end of every show. We did one bowl pick, but we took the under in the Chargers-Ravens game. We took the under in the Army-Houston game. We took the Houston Rockets laying the 5 points. We took Auburn minus 14. Seton Hall plus 7.5, and BYU plus 2 in college hoops. So we did 1 NFL, 1 college football, 1 NBA, and 3 college hoops. This is Mitch. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. It's NFL Sunday. It's an awesome day of sports today, so maybe I'll come back and do a quick, in-game live or a late pick or something. I don't know. We'll see. I always say I'm going to do it. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Have a great day, everyone. I'll see you guys later, hopefully in the Facebook group. If you're watching us on YouTube, if you give us a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it.